Ziffer. That was actually recorded when I was doing my rehearsal for the semi-final, um, and I was wearing really quite a well. The t-shirt was even cheaper than the suit. That t-shirt only cost me £2. A little funny story about that. I took that to the hotel that I was staying in a few days afterwards and put that in to wash. It cost me £2 to buy it and it cost me £10 to wash it. But that was what I was wearing. That was what I was doing. Piano lady, hi, piano lady. I don't think I'll be playing myself in the movie. I'm not sure whether I want to. I'd love to act, but I don't know. But I'm not sure about playing myself. That would be a bit surreal. It's quite mind-boggling finding that they're planning on making a movie, and I look forward to see what happens. Natalie, hi Natalie. I do a lot of different things when I've got time off. Often I'll be up in the Lake District walking, taking photographs from time to time. I enjoy taking photographs when I'm out and about, and I also enjoy cooking at home, drinking the odd glass of wine, and just generally having a relaxing time, or as recently just supervising work in the house because there's quite a lot to do. Hi Shirley, there will be a variety of different things on the album, as well as Lucevan and First Time. A lot is dependent. We've recorded quite a few tracks, and there'll be different. There'll be slightly different according to what actually ends up going out. But I've enjoyed recording the album, and I'm sure you'll recognise a lot of the songs, and there's some lovely songs, including one that I've recorded that's actually based on Chopin's Tristezza, which is one that I've really enjoyed recording. Hi Matco. The tour schedules do tend to be quite strenuous, but I try to drink as much water as I can, stay active as possible. I try and stay fit and healthy, and try and get as much sleep as I can, and just try and see as much as I can when I'm around, because you need leisure time as well when you're out and about. It's always good to see different cities. Hey, okay, for PP. I'm not sure myself who I'd like to play me in the movie. I'd I know my wife would like to play herself and have Johnny Depp play me. That's been her running joke for a while, and I'm 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 not sure who I'd want to play me, and would love to see what happens. Hi Lois. I'd say if I was to answer in Italian, I'd say, well, parla abbastanza bene, ma devo studiare molto di più. In other words, I speak reasonably well in Italian, but I need to study a lot more. But I do try and sing in as good Italian as I can. I do try and get feedback of the Italian from Italian friends of mine. Hi PP Fan Free. It's difficult to find one real big highlight. It's just performing in front of the Queen was huge, and to actually go out on stage in Cologne, for example, in front of nearly 12,000 people is just something that I could never have predicted before. It's just the biggest highlight for me is that I'm able to do what I love doing, thanks to people like you that go out and buy the album and have bought tour tickets, and it's just, for me, it's just incredible to find myself doing it. I think my wife finds this is to Zipfer. I think my wife finds the whole situation sometimes a bit surreal. Um, I and basically I try and stay in touch with the rest of my family as much as I can. I see them as much as I can, and I often stay in touch by sending text messages or calling, depending on whether what time zone I'm in. I have accidentally phoned somebody at midnight in the UK before. Um, did kind of startle them at the time. Hi Elizabeth. I will be in the US probably sometime in April to promote the album. There are plans for a tour later in the year, and I look forward to returning there. Guten Abend, Sam. Ich spreche aber ein bisschen Deutsch, aber vergessen zu viel, aber Deutschland ist aber schön. Hi Paul Potts fan. My favourite place to perform? That's a difficult one. I've been to many places. I could name several places I've really enjoyed performing at the Stadthalle the Festhalle in Frankfurt. That was amazing. The acoustics in that venue were stunning, and to see 8,000 people in front of me in such a wonderful venue was, it's very difficult to top that. I loved performing also in Sydney Opera House, as anybody would love to perform in a venue like that. Difficult to find just one or two places, but I loved every performance I've done. Hi again, Elizabeth. If I could travel anywhere, that's a tough one. There are many places I'd like to return to. The South Island of New Zealand is one area I'd love to return to. I'm looking forward to returning to the States again. I love places like New York and LA. I spent a bit of time in LA earlier last year and managed to see more of the West Coast, and I'd love to return to San Francisco again. Hi Emily. After a concert, I've got a tendency to want to eat. The adrenaline's still running at that point, and I don't eat a great deal before I sing. So I will tend to go for a meal or just a very quick drink. It takes me ages to actually get to sleep afterwards. I can often be up for 3 or 4 hours afterwards. Hi Becky. My experience at Sydney Opera House it was a huge honour for me to perform there. The acoustics inside that building are absolutely stunning. It's a wonderful building, and the actual technical ability of people to even build the building is incredible. I was given a tour of the venue, and I hope I get to perform there again, because it's a lovely place to perform. It's quite intimate as well. You do get quite close to your audience, which is always good for me. Hi PP fan. Yes, I'll be coming to Canada. I think the next time I shall be in Canada will probably be in April, and hopefully again we'll be looking to return to Canada to tour again in November or December. We're still working on the final details of that, but hopefully I'll be back there in the winter.